While falling from 2015 levels, property taxes continue to be a heavy expense for Nebraska producers. USDA data released last week showed the average Nebraska farm spent almost $23,000 on real estate and personal property taxes in 2016. That number is down nearly 8% from the previous year, but is $9,600 more than any other state measured by the USDA. Over the last 10 years, the average cost per farm has risen 71% and now accounts for 5.1% of the state's total farm production expenditures, also the highest in the nation. We recently talked with Nebraska Extension Ag and Water Law Specialist Dave Aiken to get an overview of ag property tax relief efforts during the 2017 Nebraska legislative session and a look at what could transpire in 2018.
Well, as we all know, property values are still high. They're starting to come down, but the taxes are still high, sadly. We have some of the highest ag property taxes in the country, and the share of property taxes Nebraska paid by ag has really gone over the last 10 years, so it's a real issue.
Tell me what property taxes pay for here in this state.
Well, the big one is public schools, and about 60% of property tax receipts go to support our local public schools in Nebraska.
So what happened this year regarding property taxes?
Well, the legislature began with a $90 million hole in the budget, and that increased to $950 million by the end of the session. But that was about 11% of the two-year state budget. So it was a big financial issue they have to deal with, and made it the worst time, of course, to try to reduce anybody's taxes anywhere.
The governor has made property taxes a major focus, not only throughout his tenure here, but before, during his campaign for governor. What was his proposal this year? Well,
he proposed reducing valuations by shifting from the market value-based property assessment to a capitalized earnings approach, which is something we've looked at before in Nebraska. In addition, they proposed capping annual increases to no more than 3.5%. But 90% of the governor's property tax relief package would have gone to income taxes and only 10% to property taxes. And of course, that didn't make property tax reduction folks very happy.
And what happened to that proposal?
Well, it stalled on general file. There was a filibuster. It needed 33 votes, it only got 27. So it'll be around next year, but didn't get anywhere this year.
So tell me about the other proposals.
Well, the Revenue Committee put some different proposals together into one bill, LB 640. That was from Senator Groney of North Platte, and it would have capped ag property tax's share of school finance to 60% and increased state school aid, which would have shifted a little more state revenue toward rural schools and away from urban schools.
And 640 went where?
It also stalled on general file, so there, nothing major happened on property taxes this year.
Where does that leave us?
We have had some things happen that will hopefully help a little bit on property taxes. The proportion of the state property tax credit that goes to ag will increase this year. In addition, state aids to school will increase this year. Hopefully that'll take a little bit of pressure off those local property taxes.
Well, to finish out here, where do you think next year leaves us here for the state with the debate around property taxes?
Well, we've got two interim studies that are going to look at it. We've got those two major property tax proposals still sitting on the first round of debate that will be back next year. Hopefully we get some rain or some better prices, but if not, we'll be talking about property tax reform.